अस्सलाम वालेकुम क्लास, कैसे हैं आप लोग? Today's topic is introduction to carbohydrates and their medical importance. Now, anyone know what is the definition of carbohydrates? Any student who can define carbohydrates?
Carbohydrates are organic compounds consisting of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen.
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल ठीक है. Anyone else with one more different definition for carbohydrates? हाँ जी.
So
Any
they are
other
polyhydroxyl
definition?
aldehydes or ketones.
हाँ जी, they would have aldehydes and ketones. हाँ जी, more definitions, anyone?
Because of the presence of the equal ratio of the water of hydrogen and oxygen in carbohydrates as it is present in the water, they are also known as hydrated carbons.
हाँ जी, they would have the equal ratio of hydrogen and hydroxyl group as in water. Good. More definition, anyone with one more different definition?
General formula of carbohydrate is CH2H2N.
Carbohydrates are? हाँ जी, anyone? क्या बताया आपने?
They are also called as saccharides because they are something sugar-like.
They are also called saccharides because these are sweet in taste.
Sugar.
हाँ जी, these are composed of sugars.
Starch.
हाँ जी, ठीक है.
fiber.
हाँ जी, और and all these definitions are correct about carbohydrates. Now we move towards the general importance of carbohydrates, and we know that the carbohydrates are actually the major source of energy for all living organisms, and there is important sugar molecule that is glucose, and that glucose molecule is instant source of energy for every organism, and we can use the glucose molecule very rapidly in the body cells. So glucose is the simplest sugar molecule and it is the instant source of energy. We can use this glucose molecule instantly in the body cells. Now we already have discussed the definition of carbohydrates. One of your definitions is carbohydrates are these are the polyhydroxy aldehydes and ketones. Why we call them polyhydroxy? If we look into the structure of glucose molecule, we know that glucose molecule have six carbon atoms. Fourth one, this is the fifth carbon atom. One, two, three, four, fifth, and this is the sixth carbon atom. Every carbon atom would have the hydroxyl group, and in case of glucose, the first carbon atom, it would carry the one carbonyl functional group C double bond O. This is the carbonyl functional group. This carbon and double bond, then this oxygen atom. This is the carbonyl functional group. And this carbonyl functional group, if have hydrogen on one side, This is the hydrogen, and this carbonyl carbon would have carbon on other side. In that case, this compound will be called aldehyde, as it is having carbonyl carbon, and this carbonyl carbon would have hydrogen on one side and carbon on other side. So this is a carbonyl carbon, and it is making the aldehyde sugar molecule. Now every carbon in this glucose molecule, it would have hydroxyl group. This is the hydroxyl group, and in third carbon there will be hydrogen on the right side. Now there is another hydroxyl group. Fifth carbon there is another hydroxyl group. Then sixth carbon there will be hydroxyl group, and here these are the hydrogen atoms. Every carbon would have hydrogen and hydroxyl group. Now this carbon, fifth carbon, again it would have hydrogen on left side. There is hydrogen, but at the third carbon there will be hydroxyl group on the left side. Now again this is one more hydrogen. Now look into the structure of this glucose molecule. There are lot of hydroxyl groups and there are lot of hydrogen atoms in the glucose molecule. That's why we call them the polyhydroxy aldehyde, because they would have aldehyde functional group or they may have ketone functional group. That's why we call them the polyhydroxy aldehyde or polyhydroxy ketone. The example of ketone sugar molecule, which will be included in the carbohydrates, that is the fructose. If we look into the structure of fructose, that will be different as compared to glucose, but their molecular formula is same. And here in fructose, again, there will be 6 carbon atoms. This is the second carbon, this is the third carbon, and this is the fourth carbon, this is the fifth carbon, and this is the sixth carbon. Now in fructose, there will be ketone functional group, and there will be the carbonyl functional group will be the second carbon. This is the C double bond O. This is the carbonyl functional group, and this carbonyl functional group, in case of fructose, it would have the carbon on both sides of the carbonyl functional group. Now that's why it will be the ketone functional group. Ketones would have the carbon on the both sides of the carbonyl functional group. That will be ketone. And here, if we talk about fructose, there will be hydroxyl group on the first carbon, and again it would have 2 hydrogens on the first carbon atom, and this is how there will be the 4 valency of carbon will be completed at the first carbon. Now this is the second carbon, and again the third carbon would have the hydrogen on the right side, and all other carbons would have hydroxyl group on the right side of the fructose. Now here, this is the structure of fructose. Look into this. There are lot of hydroxyl groups. That's why this is the polyhydroxy. And you will call it the ketone sugar because it would have the ketone functional group. There will be the carbon on the both sides of the carbonyl functional group. That's why it's a ketone. So this is how we can define the carbohydrates on the basis of the chemical nature, on the basis of chemical composition of the carbohydrates. We can call them the polyhydroxy aldehyde or ketones. Or we can also say that the carbohydrates would have the hydrated carbon. Why we say the hydrated carbon? Because every carbon in the carbohydrates, they would have the hydroxyl group and they would have the hydrogen. That's why we call them, these are the organic compounds with hydrated carbon. The major function of the carbohydrates in our body, that is to provide the energy, and that is to store the energy. These are the 2 major functions of the carbohydrates in all living organisms. Either they are plants, they are animals, or single cell organisms. They would provide them the energy. The sugar, glucose will be the instant source of energy for all living cells, and they would store the energy in the form of glycogen. Carbohydrates can be stored in the body cells in the form of glycogen. and it will be done in case of animals, and in case of plants, carbohydrates will be stored in the form of starch. There will be starch and it will be stored in the plants. Now, if we look into the chemical composition of glycogen and the starch, both these polysaccharides are composed of glucose. Both are the polymer of glucose molecule. Now, carbohydrates, basically, these are the synthesized in the plants by the process of photosynthesis, and then it will that glucose molecule will be converted into the starch and it will be stored. Now they are the major source of energy. They would store the energy in the form of starch and in the form of glycogen, and they are also the supply chain of the carbon atoms to synthesize all other biomolecules in the body cells. Whenever we need to synthesize amino acids, whenever we need to synthesize a nitrogenous species, we need to synthesize the nucleic acids. All these organic compounds would need the carbon. So the carbohydrates will be the major source of the carbon to synthesize all these organic compounds in the body cells. And the carbohydrates are also playing a major role to synthesize the structural components of the body cells. Like there are a lot of receptors which are present on the surface of body cells, and these receptors would have the major constituent that those will be carbohydrates, like those will be glycoproteins which are present in the receptors in the body cells, and glycoproteins would carry the carbohydrates and the proteins both. So in immunological responses, there will be the major role of the carbohydrates. When different cells of the immune system communicate with each other, there will be the involvement of the receptors, and those receptors are also composed of the carbohydrates. So this is how the carbohydrates are important for all living organisms to produce energy, to store energy, and to supply the carbon to the to synthesize different organic compounds in the body cells, and they are also the important component of different uh, body cells. Any question up to this? हाँ जी बच्चों, आप लोगों का कोई क्वेश्चन जहाँ तक? हाँ जी बताएं भाई, किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन जहाँ तक?
नो सर।
आप लोग बता सकते हैं कि मैंने ये दो एग्जांपल्स दी हैं आपको शुगर्स की, जो कि इम्पोर्टेंट कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स हैं। आप लोगों को पता है कुछ शुगर मॉलिक्यूल्स जो इम्पोर्टेंट कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स हो सकते हैं ह्यूमन के लिए? हाँ जी बताएं जी, आप लोग बता सकते हैं कोई इम्पोर्टेंट कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स जिनका आपको पता हो कि हम ये डेली बेसिस पे या हम लेते हैं, उनमें ये शुगर्स होती हैं एग्जाम्पल के साथ? हाँ जी एनीवन?
सर हम डेली बेस पे जो रोटी खाते हैं उसमें कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स होते हैं।
हाँ जी उसमें कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स होते
चीनी
हैं।
खाते हैं उसमें
तो कौन सा शुगर
सुक्रोज
मिलता
होती
है?
है।
हाँ जी चीनी खाते हैं तो उसमें सुक्रोज होती है, तो उसमें कौन से कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स होते हैं सुक्रोज में? शुगर कौन सी होती
ग्लूकोज और फ्रुक्टोज।
है जी?
ग्लूकोज और फ्रुक्टोज सर।
हाँ जी ग्लूकोज एंड फ्रुक्टोज होता है। हाँ जी जो हम रोटी खाते हैं उसमें उससे हमें क्या मिलता है, कौन से कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स होते हैं रोटी में?
सर फाइबर्स होते होंगे उसमें।
फाइबर्स होते हैं। और कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स कौन से होते हैं?
पॉलीसेकेराइड।
Polysaccharide.
पॉलीसेकेराइड होता है। कौन सा पॉलीसेकेराइड होता है रोटी में?
Starch.
स्टार्च होता है, और स्टार्च इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ ग्लूकोज. देयर विल बी द ग्लूकोज, द इम्पोर्टेंट कंपोनेंट. अच्छा, और उसके बाद और कौन कौन से सोर्स हैं कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स के जो हम खाने में ले सकते हैं?
Sir,
Milk.
fruits. Sir, fruits, vegetables.
फ्रूट्स. अच्छा,
Grapes.
फ्रूट्स से हमें कौन से कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स मिल
Jam,
सकते
dates.
हैं? हाँ जी,
Pears.
dates में कौन से कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स होंगे?
Fiber. Polysaccharide.
हाँ जी,
सर डेट्स में फ्रक्टोज होते हैं.
डेट्स में फ्रुक्टोज होता है. अच्छा,
Potatoes.
और ग्लूकोज? हाँ जी, ग्लूकोज होता है उसमें. अच्छा, डेट्स में डाइसेकेराइड कौन सा होता है? डेट्स बहुत ज्यादा मीठी होती हैं, तो उनमें डाइसेकेराइड कौन सा होता है? मोनोसेकेराइड आपने बताया कि फ्रुक्टोज होगा, तो डाइसेकेराइड कौन सा होता है?
कौन सा?
जी, शुगर केन में कौन सा डाइसेकेराइड होता है?
Sir, fructose होता है उसमें.
फ्रुक्टोज होता है. हाँ
Sucrose.
जी, बिल्कुल फ्रुक्टोज होता है. ठीक है. अच्छा, चलें, अब आप लोगों ने एग्जांपल्स बतानी है टिपिकल मोनोसेकेराइड्स की, जो जो हम डेली रूटीन में खाते हैं या जो हमारे बॉडी सेल्स के अंदर बनते हैं. किसी को अंदाजा है उसका कि हम डेली कौन कौन से मोनोसेकेराइड्स अपने खाने में खाते हैं जो हमें मिल जाते हैं?
Grapes, sir.
जी,
Grapes में मोनोसेक्राइड होता है.
हाँ जी,
Glucose.
ग्रेप्स में होते हैं मोनोसेकेराइड.
सर मिल्क में मैल्टोज.
किसमें? मिल्क में?
यस सर.
अच्छा, और मिल्क में तो एक और बहुत मशहूर डाइसेकेराइड होता है, उसका नाम कौन बताएगा?
Lactose.
Lactose, sir.
हाँ जी, लैक्टोज होता है. लैक्टोज डाइसेकेराइड है. इसमें कौन से दो मोनोसेकेराइड होते हैं?
Glucose plus
Glucose
lactose.
और lactose.
हाँ जी, ग्लूकोज और ग्लूकोज और लैक्टोज होता है. हाँ जी, ठीक है. चले, अब हम मूव करते हैं टुवर्ड्स द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स. तो ये हमें पहले से पता है कि कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स की क्या क्लासिफिकेशंस हो सकती हैं. देयर आर मोनोसेकेराइड्स and we define them as monosaccharides are the simplest carbohydrates and we cannot hydrolyze them into more simpler sugar molecules. It doesn't mean that we cannot hydrolyze the monosaccharides. We can hydrolyze the monosaccharides, but they will be converted into some other compounds. They would not break into the more simpler sugars. So we can hydrolyze the sugar molecules, but they will be broken down into some other substances. The definition is monosaccharides are the simplest sugars. We cannot further hydrolyze them into more simpler sugars, right? So this is how we can define the monosaccharides. And then there are disaccharide. On hydrolysis, they can be broken into two monosaccharides. Now look here, these are the disaccharides and they can be hydrolyzed into more simpler sugars. But the monosaccharides cannot be hydrolyzed into more simplers. They are already the simplest sugar molecules. Now if you look into the oligosaccharides, they can be hydrolyzed into 3 or up to 10 monosaccharides. Like if a oligosaccharide is composed of 10 monosaccharides, you can say them the oligosaccharides. But if carbohydrate or polysaccharide, it is having more than the 10 monosaccharides. In that case, you cannot call them the oligosaccharides. Those would be included into the polysaccharides. And if the sugar molecules are joined through the glycosidic bond and they are making the more complex carbohydrates, they will be classified as the polysaccharides. And when the polysaccharides are hydrolyzed, they would give us uh, more than the 10 sugar molecules. Now, the fifth one, the fifth class of the carbohydrates, that is the complex sugars. And complex sugars are composed of different substances. Complex sugars would have the sugar molecule as well as some non-sugar molecules. So this is how we can classify the carbohydrates into 5 different classes. These would be monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, polysaccharides, and the complex sugar molecules. Now, anyone who can give us the examples of monosaccharides and then disaccharides, oligosaccharides, polysaccharides, and then the last one, that is the complex sugars. Anyone?
Sir, monosaccharides में fruit juices,
तो sauces हैं.
The monosaccharides are they would have
fruit juices.
juices. Examples बतानी है monosaccharides की.
Sir, glucose and fructose.
हाँ जी, glucose and fructose. Then disaccharides. अच्छा,
Disaccharides
ग्लूकोज एंड फ्रुक्टोज के
fructose.
अलावा, ग्लूकोज एंड फ्रुक्टोज के अलावा कोई बताए ना, ये तो हमने डिस्कस की हैं, ग्लूकोज एंड फ्रुक्टोज.
lactose,
लैक्टोज, लैक्टोज इज अ डाइसैकेराइड. मोनोसैकेराइड्स की एग्जांपल बताइए ग्लूकोज और फ्रुक्टोज के अलावा, अदर देन ग्लूकोज एंड फ्रुक्टोज. गैलेक्टोज. ठीक है. और हाँ जी, और गैलेक्टोज और हाँ जी
Ribose. नहीं.
राइबोज. हाँ जी, ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है, राइबोज. हाँ जी, और हाँ जी, बताएं बताएं मोनोसैकेराइड्स की एग्जांपल्स. अभी तो 4 हुई हैं सिर्फ. अगर आपसे मैं कह दूं कि 10 एग्जांपल्स बताएं मोनोसैकेराइड्स की, तो आप लोग तो फौरन से बता ही नहीं सकते. फिर अभी 4 हुई हैं सिर्फ.
Ribulose.
65 स्टूडेंट्स हैं और
Ribulose.
बोल सिर्फ 3-4 ही रहे हैं बच्चे. हाँ जी,
Ribulose.
राइबोलोज ठीक है.
Glyceraldehyde.
ग्लिसरल्डिहाइड ठीक है.
Labulose.
deoxyribose,
हाँ जी, और
Dihydroxyacetone.
हाँ जी, डाईहाइड्रोक्सी एसीटोन भी है. ठीक है. हाँ जी, और अच्छा जी, चलें डाइसैकेराइड्स की एग्जांपल्स बताएं आप।
maltose,
sucrose, lactose,
माल्टोज, सुक्रोज, हाँ जी,
maltose,
हाँ जी, ठीक है। और
maltose, sucrose, lactose,
हम्म, हाँ जी, अब ओलिगोसैकेराइड्स में
raffinose,
starch,
Raffinose,
वो तो
cellulose,
पॉलीसैकेराइड्स में आते हैं।
raffinose और stachys.
नहीं नहीं
Now, students, if we look into the monosaccharides, monosaccharides would have some more features, and one of the important feature is monosaccharides can make the isomers. So there are many different structures of the monosaccharides. Rather, they can have the same molecular formula. And we know that what is the definition of isomerism. The organic compounds which are having the same molecular formula, but there will be the different structural formula that will be that phenomena will be called the isomerism, and the organic compounds which are having the different structures, they would be the isomers of each other. And this phenomena of isomerism is also present in the monosaccharides. And we already know that the fructose and the glucose, both these monosaccharides are isomers of each other, and they would have the same molecular formula, and but there will be the different structures. Now, what is the difference between the structure of the fructose and glucose? There is, we know that there is a prominent structure. In glucose, it is having the aldehyde functional group. Here, if we look into the structure, and here this is the point, if you look into the structure, this is the aldehyde functional group. And what is the aldehyde functional group? That is, if the carbonyl functional group, this is the carbon, and this carbon making the double bond with this oxygen, this is the carbonyl functional group. And this carbonyl functional group would have hydrogen on one side, and this is another carbon, the carbon on other side of the carbonyl functional group. Now, in this case, it will be the aldehyde. Aldehydes would have the carbon on one side of the carbonyl functional group and hydrogen on other side of the carbonyl functional group. That will be the aldehyde. And if you look into the ketone, here we have the ketone. And how it is ketone? This is the carbon making double bond with the oxygen, and here the carbon on the both sides of the carbonyl functional group. This is the carbonyl functional group, and this carbonyl functional group having the carbon on both sides of this carbonyl functional group. This is how it is making the ketone functional group. And now this is the ketone functional group, and here this is the first carbon, this is the second carbon, this is the third carbon, fourth, fifth, and this is the sixth carbon. Both these sugars are isomers of each other, and they would have the same molecular formula, that is C6H12O6. This is the important component. This is the important component for the monosaccharides. Now, this is another example of the monosaccharides. This is the glyceraldehyde, and other is the dihydroxyacetone. And these sugar molecules are synthesized in our body cells. These sugar molecules are synthesized in the glycolysis pathway. You know, we can break the glucose in the process, in the pathway that is known as the glycolysis. And in that pathway, there is the formation of these two sugars, glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone. Again, these are the sugars. These are the simplest and smallest sugars. And these two sugar molecules would have the minimum carbon, and the minimum carbon which may present in a sugar molecule, that is the 3. So these two sugar molecules would have 3 carbon. This is the first carbon, this is the second carbon, and this is the third carbon. This is the 3 carbon sugar molecule. That's why we can call this sugar molecule triose sugar. We can call it triose sugar as well. And this triose sugar is synthesized during the process of during the pathway, that is glycolysis. Again, this is another triose sugar. This is first carbon, this is the second carbon, and this is the third carbon. Now these two sugar molecules, again, these are the isomers of each other.
आवाज बहुत कट गया।
आवाज वो सिग्नल्स की वजह से कट रही होगी। तो ये भी दो शुगर मॉलिक्यूल्स जो हैं एक दूसरे के आइसोमर हैं. Both these sugar molecules are isomers of each other. But this is the aldehyde, this is the aldo sugar, right? And this is the keto sugar because it would have the ketone functional group. How it is having the ketone? Because the carbonyl functional group C double bond O, this is the carbonyl functional group. It is having the carbon of the on the both sides, and here the carbonyl functional group would have carbon on one side and hydrogen on other side. This is the aldehyde. So this is aldo sugar, and we know that this is the keto sugar. This is the keto sugar. This is the dihydroxyacetone, and this is the glyceraldehyde. Any question up to this? Now here we have more examples of the monosaccharides, and all these sugar molecules would have the same molecular formula, and all these sugars having the different structures. All these sugars are isomers of each other. This is the glucose, and we know that this glucose is, this is the first carbon, this is second, this is the third, and we know that in the glucose there is the hydrogen on third carbon. It is present on the right side, and all other carbon would have the hydroxyl group. If you look into the mannose sugar, and again it is aldo sugar. Why? Because there is a carbonyl function group and hydrogen on the one side and carbon on the other side, and there will be the difference in the structure. If you look into the structure of glucose and mannose, in case of glucose there is hydrogen on third carbon on right side, but if you look into the mannose, there is hydrogen on right side in the second carbon. This is the first carbon, this is the second carbon, and this is the third carbon. As well as the third carbon would have the hydrogen on right side. So this is the difference between glucose and mannose. Mannose would have two hydrogens on the right side, and which are present on the second carbon and the third carbon. The remaining three carbons would have the hydroxyl groups on the right side. So this is the structure of mannose, but both are the isomers of each other. Glucose and mannose, fructose, all these substances are the isomers of each other, and they would have the same molecular formula, that is the C6H12O6. This is the H12 and this is the O6. So this is C6 here, and now this is the isomer. We can represent the isomers with double head arrow on the both directions. Now if you look into the galactose, there is a minor difference in the mannose and galactose. If you give the numbers to the carbons, this is the first carbon, this is the second, third carbon, and this is the fourth carbon. And you look into the structure of the galactose, there is hydrogen on the right side on two carbons. That carbon is third carbon and fourth carbon in case of the galactose. It will be galactose if there is present the hydrogen on the right side at third carbon as well as on fourth carbon. Rather, the second carbon, the fifth carbon, the sixth carbon, they would have the hydroxyl groups on the right side. This is the minor difference between the mannose and galactose sugar molecules. Again, these are isomers of each other, and we already studied the structure of fructose as well, and we know that this is the aldo sugar, this is the aldo sugar, this is the aldo sugar. Galactose, mannose, and glucose, these three sugars are aldo in nature, and this fructose, it is the isomer, but it is the keto sugar. And we know that what will be the difference between the fructose and the galactose, that will be the difference in the functional group of the fructose and the galactose, mannose, and glucose. हाँ जी, अगर आप लोगों ने कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है यहाँ तक तो आप पूछ सकते हैं, बाकी हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में पढ़ेंगे. हाँ जी स्टूडेंट्स, किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन भी?
सर ये जो कैपिटल डी है कलेक्टर्स के साथ भी फ्रक्टोज के साथ भी
समझ नहीं आई
सबके साथ
कह रही हैं.
जो कैपिटल डी लगा हुआ है ये क्या
जो
रिप्रेजेंट
कैपिटल,
डी?
हाँ जी, कैपिटल डी का मतलब है डेक्स्ट्रो. ये हम पढ़ेंगे आगे. ये कैपिटल डी का मतलब है डेक्स्ट्रो. ये हम आगे पढ़ेंगे अगली स्लाइड्स में, इसी लेक्चर में आगे जाके हम डिस्कस करेंगे. डी फॉर डेक्स्ट्रो.
ओके
मॉलिक्यूल्स की रिप्रेजेंटेशन और उनके फॉर्मूलाज वगैरह भी आने चाहिए ना?
हाँ जी, सब कुछ याद करना है। हाँ जी, और कोई क्वेश्चन भाई?
और सर ये भी कि कौन से मोनोसेक्राइड किस फूड में है, ये सब भी?
हाँ जी, ये तो आपको पता होना चाहिए ना, ये तो जनरल सी बात है कि कौन से मोनोसेक्राइड हमें कहाँ से मिलते हैं, क्या सोर्स हो सकता है। आपका तो फील्ड ही ये है ना, तो आपको तो ये लाजमी पता होना चाहिए कि कौन से फ्रूट्स हैं, कौन सी डाइट्स ऐसी हैं जहाँ से हमें क्या क्या मिलेगा, उनकी कंपोजिशन। ये तो बड़ा ज़रूरी है आपके लिए।
सर इसके लिए हम बुक कौन सी यूज करेंगे?
आप इसके लिए बुक यूज कर सकते हैं, प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ बायोकेमिस्ट्री बुक का नाम है, और लहनिंजर प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ बायोकेमिस्ट्री।
सर बुक्स पीडीएफ में है तो सेंड कर दें।
हाँ जी, मैं सेंड कर देता हूँ।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, अल्लाह हाफिज।